Welcome to everyone. So today I'm going to present the video lecture on economic order quantity. So this topic has been selected from the course Production and Operation Management, and it is having wider application in the field of material management. So in this video lecture, we will discuss the concept of economic order quantity, the objective and importance of economic order quantity, what are the various factors which affect the economic order quantity, what is the working mechanism of EOQ model, and finally, we will discuss the limitations of EOQ model. So let's start with the concept of EOQ model. So it is defined as the quantity for which the purchase order will be placed when the stock reaches reorder level. It is also called as economic order quantity because it is a quantity which is most economical to order. In other words, the quantity at which the annual ordering cost is equal to the annual carrying cost is called as economic order quantity. It answers the questions how much to purchase or how much quantity is to be ordered at any point of time. So what is the objective of economic order quantity? The objective of EOQ is to determine that order size which is most economical to order. What is the importance of EOQ? It answers the questions how much to purchase or what should be the order size or what quantity need to be ordered for purchase at any point of time. So what are the various factors which affect the requirement of EOQ? The first is the annual ordering cost. The second is the annual carrying cost. And the third factor is annual consumption of inventory. So what is annual ordering cost? So it is defined as the costs which are associated with placing of purchase order. Example of annual ordering cost are transportation cost, stationery or recording cost, cost of inviting tenders, cost of receiving goods, cost of inspection of the goods. And if we understand the relationship between order size and ordering cost, so there is inverse relationship. It means if the order size increases, then the ordering cost will decrease. And if the order size decreases, then the ordering cost will increase. Now, what is annual carrying cost? So it is defined as the cost which is required for maintaining the required level of inventory, or we can say it is defined as the cost which is incurred for storing the materials. Examples of carrying cost are rent of storage space or go down, electricity expense, material handling cost, insurance, loss of stock in warehouse, salary and wages of store staff, interest on investment made in inventory. And if you see the relationship between carrying cost and order size, so there is positive relationship between order size and carrying cost. It means if the order size increases, then the carrying cost will also increase. And if the order size decreases, then the carrying cost will also decrease. Now we will discuss the impact of order size on the ordering cost and carrying cost. So if the order size is large, it means the lower the ordering cost because of fewer orders, but the carrying cost will be high because of high average inventory. But on the other hand, if the order size is small, then the ordering cost will increase because of more orders, but the carrying cost will decrease because of low average inventory. So what are the various assumptions of EOQ? The first assumption is the concerned material will be available all the time without any difficulty. The second assumption is the price of the material will remain constant. The third assumption is the demand is known and constant. The fourth assumption is the lead time is also known and constant. And what is lead time? It is the time gap between placing the order and receiving the order. The next assumption is the both the cost, ordering cost and the carrying cost. Both costs are variable cost and the ordering cost per order is constant. The next assumption is the carrying cost per unit of inventory is also constant. The next assumption is the impact of quantity discount on the price is negligible. And the last assumption is the stock out can be completely avoided. It means order must be placed and received before the stock out of the concerned material. Now we will discuss the working principles of EOQ model. An important aspect of EOQ model is to determine the order size. The order size should be neither large nor too small. Why? Because if the order size is large, then ordering cost will decrease. The reason is the number of order decreases on account of constant annual demand and ordering cost per order. But the carrying cost will increase on account of high average inventory and constant carrying cost per unit per annum. On the other hand, if the order size is small, then the ordering cost will increase because the number of order increases on account of constant annual demand and ordering cost per order. But the carrying cost will decrease on account of low average inventory and constant carrying cost per unit per annum. On the basis of trade-off between large size and the small order size, the optimum quantity can be found at a point where annual ordering cost is equal to the annual carrying cost, and such quantity is called as economic order quantity. So this is a graphical representation of the EOQ model. So along the x-axis, we are showing the order size in terms of units. And along the y-axis, we are showing the cost, that is the ordering cost and carrying cost. And the point of intersection of these two curves, the curves of holding cost and the ordering cost, will determine the most optimum quantity, that is the economic order quantity. So in this situation, the most desirable quantity to be ordered is that quantity at which both these costs will be minimum. That is the ordering cost and carrying cost. And such quantity is called as economic order quantity. And the formula for calculating the economic order quantity is root under 2 into DO upon C, where D stands for annual demand or annual consumption in units. O stands for cost of placing and receiving an order per order, and C stands for carrying cost per unit per annum. So annual ordering cost is the product of number of orders placed per year and order cost per order. Symbolically, we can represent the annual ordering cost as D by Q into O, where D by Q, it shows the number of orders placed per year, and O stands for ordering cost per order, which is constant according to the assumptions of EOQ model. If we see the formula of annual carrying costs, so it is a product of average inventory level and carrying cost per unit per annum. Symbolically, we can represent the annual carrying cost by Q by 2 multiplied by C, where Q by 2 is the average inventory level and C stands for carrying cost per unit per annum. So optimum order quantity is found where the annual ordering cost is equal to the annual carrying cost. For deriving the formula of EOQ model, we will equalize the formula of ordering cost and carrying cost in the form of equation, and by solving the equation, finally we will get the formula of EOQ model, that is root under 2 into DO upon C. Now we will discuss what are the various limitations associated with the EOQ technique. The first limitation is the annual demand or the expected annual usage may not be constant. Why? Because it may change due to the unusual and unexpected demand for inventory. The second limitation is the usage rate may not be constant, again due to unusual and unexpected demand for inventory. The third limitation is the ordering cost and carrying cost may not be constant, because in the assumptions of EOQ, we have considered both these costs as constant, but they may change due to fluctuation in the cost of various components comprising the ordering cost and carrying cost. And the last limitation is that is the lead time is also not constant, cannot be constant due to certain reasons which are beyond the control of suppliers. So this is all about the EOQ model. So today we have discussed the concept of EOQ, objectives and importance of EOQ, assumptions and working mechanism of EOQ. We have also discussed the formula of annual ordering cost, annual carrying cost and EOQ. And finally, we have discussed the limitations of EOQ technique. So this is all for today's lecture. So with this, I'm going to end. Thank you.